You know, as we go and go through this word today, this is what I'm asking. Everybody listen? I'm going to ask it again. Are we listening? So I'm asking you today, as you sit before the word of Yah, to hear and to gain understanding, what Ra'ah, Abishai ben Yehu, the pastor core, is asking you today is that you consider your own heart. You know what I said? Because all we want to do today is submit a small thought process about a vain heart. All right? About a vain imagination, about things that have no substance that you allow to dwell in your mind. See, you know, I'm going to say this. If Yah is going to judge the very thoughts, you hear me? See, that's one. And intents. Is this sound all right? I know I got it up a little high. But it's just better right there. Me. Does that sound all right? Did they give y'all anything online? All right, let me. But if Yah is going to judge the very thoughts and intents of our hearts and our minds, then it behooves us to really make sure that we are always walking upright in the right fashion, in the right capacity. Are we understanding that? Oh, yeah. I want to make sure I ain't talking to a dead people. Yeah, we ain't got to do it. Right? We don't have to. All right? More, get that. The more. Okay, get that other fan out of my room. All right. But we don't want to take a lot of time today. We want to just get into a few things, so we will. Let's go ahead and slide on. All right, today we're talking about vain imaginations. And I am interested in knowing if this thought process is a part of your personal daily function. Who's on the screen up there? On this? All right. So let's keep moving. I submit to you that vain imaginations are able, not unable. Everybody know what able means, right? Are able to cause you to exalt your knowledge. Who knowledge? Whose knowledge? That's right. Yours above the knowledge of Yah. And we're going to see that instance today. So you got to ask yourself because, see, I'm going to submit this to you. All right? Yep. No, you turn up some. Yep, I got it. Yeah, you good. All right, go on here. Yeah, we good. All right, so can everybody still hear me? All right, so with what I just said, it's like, well, how can I be tricked into exalting my knowledge above the knowledge of Yah? Because, see, first of all, the first question is, who in here wants to do that? Raise your hand. Right? So nobody raise hands. Okay? So then that means we don't want to do it, but that don't mean that we will not be deceived into doing so. See, we was just talking about in the week examples, excuse me, of how subtle, remember that, Josh? How subtle Satan is able to come in and cause you to walk in error. All right? Did y'all hear me? I hope y'all listening. I hope we are listening. All right? Because that's what it's about. You know, it ain't more so about the enemy making you do evil more so than it is about you being open and available and giving footholds for these types of things to enter in to where all of a sudden you no longer think like I think. You no longer see it how y'all see it. All right? Are we hearing it? All right, let's move on. All right? 2 slides left and then we'll be done. I'm just joking. Everybody like, I can't believe it. All right, we got 600 slides left. Huh? See, look at us. They're like, dang, no, we ain't gonna get no sleep before we do the bug out bag activity. All right, so let me ask a question. Do everybody see this image up here, this picture? It's holy, ain't it? It ain't holy. But look at their attire. Now we got people participating. Now, let me ask this. So let's take a wild guess. This normal day at the office. They're getting ready for a birthday party. So then what do we see then? What is this image? A ritual, right? Now, so then the last question, does this have to do with giving glory to the Most High Yah? Do he desire this? All right, so let's keep going. So let's read something here. We're going to go to imagination of heart. We're going to read this here in Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 19. This is the KJV version. All right.
And it comes to pass, when he hears the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart.
Now stop. Deacon, did you hear that? It shall come to pass when he heareth the words of this curse, that he bless who? Himself. See what people do, they sanctify themselves. Just like it said in Isaiah 66, the one who purify and sanctify himself in the garden behind the tree. Right? Eating what? Swine's flesh. So you're going to make this holy anyway. See, that's what you call exhorting or exalting. Knowledge. Vainness. Okay, finish reading, Deacon.
though I walk in the imagination of my heart, to add drunkenness to thirst.
Now listen to that. So think about what was said here in this verse. I shall have peace. See, people are, man, you're going to give yourself a place of sanctity and rest, meaning you're going to rest assured in what's in your mind and what's in your heart. When it's showing you the foolishness in it. Because look at the last part. It says, though I walk in the imagination of my heart. See, when you say though, that means though I walk in whatever comes to mind, whatever comes to heart, it's well with me. I'm going to be at peace with it. And then it gives you the example to add drunkenness to thirst. If you're real thirsty, what good does it do to you to add more liquor on top of being thirsty? To the point that you're getting even drunk, more drunk, though you are extremely thirsty. Do those go together? See what I mean? So you adding stupor to need. You know what I mean? It's one thing to need to do something, but it's more stupider to push yourself further in the hole, to go further away from what the solution is. Y'all hearing it? Is this making sense? All right, let's keep going. All right, Hebrew 83:07, Sherry Ruth in the Browns Drivers Briggs. Look what it says, this pertaining to this verse. So imagination in this verse stands for stubbornness. Also hardness. Look at the last word, firmness. So in the imagination, so when I tell you you are wrong, but in your heart you have peace with being where you are, look what it's saying. You got stubbornness going on. You got hardness going on. You're going to stand firm. You're going to hold your position. It ain't me that need to change. It's you and the instructions that you give. Y'all hear this? Let's move forward. Here in the ancient Hebrew lexicon of the Bible, look what it says. A twisting together of thoughts. So that means you mix part of what's right with what's wrong. You mix together a conglomeration of things that is going to fit your situation. See, what you got to understand, see, notice what I said. It said you mix thoughts that's going to fit what? Your situation. See, that's vain as hell. That's like extremely vain. Y'all hear me? See, when you don't want to be vain, then you decipher. You rightly divide. But when you don't, you find a way to reason to make part of what you write is right and part of what I say is right. So we both right. Are y'all listening? You won't listen. You are undesirable to Yah. Because remember, he said he wants all your heart, all your might, and what? So can we reason with Yah that, well, if I do these things, though it's undesirable to you, it's desirable to me, but I'm still serving. See, why do you think Saul got in trouble? Samuel said, don't sacrifice until Saul gave in. When Samuel came, he pronounced it on him, and Saul didn't understand. Why only did? Well, but the people wanted. And see, and I used him because, see, that's what usually happens, is because we don't understand the key word, the detriment from operating in vainness or stubbornness. or firmness or what? Huh? Hardness. We don't understand the detriment. All right, let's move on. Let's read another instance here. Did y'all get that link, Deacon?
And it shall come to pass, when many evils and troubles are befallen them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness. For it shall not be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. For I know their imagination, which they go about, even now, before I have brought them into the land which I swear.
Y'all hear this? What is being projected here? See, there's a, look, there's a desire from Yah. You got to let's look at this verse and be able to see the desire of Yah, but then also let's be able to see what creeps in. Right. I mean, it should be easy because this is what we're talking about. But what's the desire? Somebody tell me the desire. Huh? He want to bring him in the land, but look what he's doing. But the whole thing in this verse, watch this. Let me just cut to the chase. Is remembering Yah. Look what he said. He said, when many evils and troubles are befallen them, that this song testify against them as a witness. For it shall not be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. See, if the fathers would have told it to their children, they would have told it to their children's children, and we would have kept the ways of the Most High Yah, then we would have remembered why Yah's hand has come down on us. And we would have quickly turned back to him. See, so there's a remembrance aspect that has to always be present in you. See, we was talking to the children this weekend. All right? And we were talking about fringes. Y'all remember, children? What was the fringes about? One, that you remember, that you see. That when you see them, let's go, MJ, that's it. What was number two? Go ahead, Jordan. That you remember the commandments. Number two, what's three? Rim. Well, she said remember, what's three? And do it. So then we went over that was in Deuteronomy 15. Then we went over to John 15 because then that was the Holy Spirit coming in so that it can be in you and you remember. See, it don't change. See, look, we was talking about, that was a whole nother thing we was talking about. But then he gave us this song so that you remember, because he know that soon, even though I'm giving this to you, that vainness is going to come. So what are we really saying then? What are we really saying? This is what we're saying. Vainness has come, and some of y'all didn't even realize you walking in it. Yeah, you are. Because look how long it's taking you to move on what is right. The righteous man see the evil day coming, and he prepared for it. Well, look how long it's taking for the preparation. Look how long it's taking you to understand that you need to quickly exit this life. Even the Apostle said, hurry up and flee from this life. It said, hurry up and flee from this life. See, wait a minute. See, that's what I'm saying. Look, you preach this stuff to the people of the Most High Yah, but some kind of way, hurry up ain't staring. It's not staring. So therefore, there's a vain thought in there that's telling you, well, I could do it this way and still get there. We ain't listening. Wow. A hardness. A stubbornness. What? and a firmness. See, you standing on, that's why it's like, even though I'm saying it, you're going to stand firmly on how you think you got to do it right now. Well, I'm telling you, I said, look, this the time to move. I was thinking of that. I was watching that video early in the morning when Pastor was pouring that concrete. See, we in position now, because see, we didn't fought to get to this point, Deacon, where we didn't been in all the seasons, you know what I mean? Where we was having Shabbat all these different places. And then we was having, you know, to deal with all these new faces. And you don't know who really here, who really ain't. Because we didn't have no money. Did you have money, Deacon? I didn't have a dime, you know what I mean? When I came the straight way. But see, the difference between me and you, the Most High already showed. See, I somewhere down the line before 05, I was just living my life. You know what I mean? Then 05, when you let me know I was going to go through this huge storm and you're going to take me the long way. He said, I mean the long way. You ain't going to come out of this for a long time. That's why I can still be joyful, because I realized where I was coming from. See, I'm on this journey. I don't know what journey everybody else on. I'm on it. And now that I see the fulfillment, you can't get mad at me when you see these teeth. And I'm happy. And I'm jumping up and around. I'm dancing. I'm testifying. I'm running hard. Then I'm running harder than that. Then I'm running harder than that. Because I know who Yah is. So if I'm telling you, I done went the long way with him, and now he done brought me here to where the point we able to go get, look, we go do this. We ain't never prepared for a feast like this. How we did? Because we had no, we just come on, just come down. Yeah, we won't come up with Pentecost. Well, come on. Now it's like, well, we can have a good time. So all we doing just making do until Israel can keep getting closer and closer and closer to Israel in one place. Then we got to worry about having feasts over here and feasts over there and feasts. We right here. So I can say, I know. Only way this don't happen if, guess what? They get hardened. They come firm in their own heart. They walk with a stiffness. I can surely say, I know my sons is marrying Israelites and my daughter. But that's what you gonna do. What else you gonna do? After Yah said, not after your dad said, after Yah said, don't give your sons to their daughters, neither your daughters to their sons. For if you marry them, they're gonna turn your heart away. Right? See, that means if they do, then what has come in their heart? A vain imagination. You think something else is on the other side of what I just told you. That's how I know. See, I'm telling y'all, because listen, it's coming down to the time where you got to really, because people going to come and say to y'all, I want to be Israelites. You got to be able to look at them and say, boy, that's the vain imagination of their heart. They telling me, but then you know how you start to look. See, this is why Yah was able to say this before the children of Israel committed what they did, because he already know these things lie up ahead, and I know you're going to choose that instead of choosing this. So then when I tell you, I already look at, saints, we need to do this. Then I look at what you're doing around your house. Ain't no preparation. You ain't even moving. So I go back, then this is what I do. Then I compare it to, I've said this to them 5 times. And then let me see, what else? Nothing. You ain't even moved. You ain't moved yet. I said this is what you need to do. Not your uncle or your mama or your daddy. I'm over them. I ain't. Uh-oh. Somebody should have said, yeah, they should have been jumping up and down. Am I daddy? See that? Am my brother Fred? Well, you ain't over my daddy. I mean, it's in their vainness. It's in somebody's heart. Who that nigga think he is? A shepherd of the Most High Yah that lead the flock. Right? So I'm telling you, so when these things rise up in your heart, this is why we end up in the capacity that we do. So I'm telling you, you got to be able to look around, because see, this verse, this is a verse I can take. I say, wow, y'all, see, you read it, but I looked at how y'all looked at it. I switched it around. I said, okay, let me stand over here with y'all. Why would this get said to a people? See, he tested them with the song. It should never be out your mouth. If you're going to remember what I did, then let this be important. And then when you go look, it ain't even in their mouth. You know what I mean? Even though I'm going to bring you in the land, it's going to fade away. Next time I check back with you, that song ain't even be in your mouth. See, because what's in this verse is a measure. See, that's what I learned when y'all do. Y'all, your whole life, when you get up tomorrow morning, if y'all get you up, it's a measure. Who will you praise? Who will you glorify? Who will you serve? What will get your attention? Vainness. Will vainness get you first, or will Yah get you first? See, that's what the fight is for everybody. You got to choose again. You said Sabbath, but then you got to choose again tomorrow. Right? Let's go forward. All right, so let's look at this word. Yetzer. Hebrew 33:36. Look at this. Form, framing, purpose, framework. See, I'm going to tell you why that's important here in a second. Form, pottery. Look at this word, graven image. See that? This is all in the same line, same vein. We're talking about image in this verse that we just read. So I gave you a song to remember, so though you had it, you received it, some of y'all said it, but you was only informed. You wasn't all the way there. Your heart wasn't all the way in it. How did I know? Because you didn't remember. See, that's how I tell some of y'all. I tell you, hey, do this. Fast, pray. I did 2 weeks ago. Just for this, for right here, imagination. Say, look, say this. Everybody look. I'm going to do it. What you going to read? Everybody was able to tell me, Deuteronomy chapter. Right? I heard it. Y'all told me strong and firm. Then guess what? We went by yourself. You know what got you? Vainness. Okay, let me tell you a lie. You know, something got in your way. Know what y'all want? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You don't want to hear that. Graven image. Look at this. Man as formed from dust. So you're nothing, right? Remember, you're made in the image. So you really nothing. See what I mean? Aside from me, you are what? Your righteousness as what? Or as what? Filthy rags. See, your righteousness it's vain, bro. It's like, see, but people you don't think about yourself. You don't think about that when you get up, what you do today is as filthy rags. See, the reason why your heart got to be contrite, because you got to lay flat. When you come to Yah and you come to him as nothing, then the only way you're going to be able to accomplish today is if you give me the strength. As if you build me up to be able to go forth in what it is that you setting before me. Only way. Do y'all hear me? That's how easy it is to walk in vainness. Well, you just get up and go. Bam, you instantly in vainness. Instantly. Y'all ain't listening to me. No, you can't be. I promise you ain't. Don't start lying to me. You can't be listening. Don't tell that damn lie. Listen. Because when is the change going to come with it? When's the change going to come to listen? When? When? You going to just hear him say it? Well, tomorrow. You going to just say it? Y'all be tired of letting the Most High y'all down. You ought to be tired of your heart being hard. When somebody telling you when y'all sent gifts. He sent these people under you to help you make the change. Woo, Jesus. I was just praying. Y'all, let somebody. Woo, Jesus. Somebody got to hear y'all. Do y'all hear me? Somebody got to hear it, man, and quit just running your mouth. This stuff runs rampant among the people. I'm telling you, man, we just don't. I see how much we don't see. Because it's week in and week out. It's like we getting further and further away instead of closer and closer. Then when I look up, it's like you looking at people's actions. It's like you ain't heard a damn thing I said. I gave a charge a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, y'all, please. Let us be strengthened. Who gonna come rise up? Somebody got to rise up in the earth. And no, Father, we only belong to you, but some kind of way. Everybody, look at our state. Look how we come. The Holy Spirit don't blow in when we come. I mean, somebody didn't go in there. See, the saints was coming. If you look at how it said they were together, they were all together in one place, right? And many signs and wonders and miracles was getting worked among them. Because see, them people was coming, that mean they were coming in thirsty. It's almost like rushing in the door on Sabbath. It's like we gotta get in here. We gotta be together. We gotta come together in this convocation because we no longer want to operate in the vain. We gotta be touched by Yah. Is this not a place to be touched by Yah? Is it not? Is it? Jesus, have mercy. That's what I'm saying. Y'all know. That's why he said people that love standing in the doors and hearing a good message. We just love standing and hearing the good message, but it's just, again, you're going to stand in the door again next week. And then you're going to stand in the doorway again next week. And then the week after that and the week after that. But then we're going all through the week. We're going to be drugged away. In vainness. In vain. Do y'all hear me, Israel? Do y'all hear me, Yah's people? The one who the blood had made a covenant with you. The ones who the blood was poured out. The ones who Yah is trying to save you out of the earth. From what's coming. He's trying to save you from this great wrath that's getting ready to be poured out on the nations. And some kind of way his people ain't hearing yet. Vain imagination. You imagine that you walking in righteousness, but when is this thing going to pour out and ooze? That's what I'm asking for y'all. Look, I don't want to walk around no more weeks, y'all, without this thing just pouring off of me. People got to start seeing that there is something in the earth that's better than what's happening right now. Do y'all hear me? Jesus, have mercy. Where's y'all people at? Come on, let's go to the next. The ancient Hebrew lexicon form here. Look at this. Thought, The forming of thought in mind. Imagination, look at this. Frame, mind, work. That means, see, all of those saying that there's something that gets built in your mind. See, because I can tell when I talk to y'all. Y'all listen to me, sisters. Some of y'all talk to you just on purpose so I can see, okay, I just said this. I just said this to these sisters. So now, what's going to get formed? Then I look at what get produced right after I say something to you to build you up. I look at what get formed in your mind right after I bring, okay, here's a solid platform I need you to stand on, that I need you to operate on. This is what I need you doing. Then guess what? You know what I keep saying? I can look a year later, 2 years later, guess what? Same status, same function, same form. Same form. All you gotta do is go look at yourself in the mirror. What's different? Anybody hearing me? Oh, y'all hearing me? But y'all want you to change. He wants you to make the change that's necessary. How much do he got to beg you, the almighty creator of all things in heaven and in earth, in the water beneath the earth? How much he got to beg you to change the things that are of no use to him? See? We don't care about this type of stuff. This is stuff that don't do nothing for us. They don't do nothing for us because this ain't what we wanted to hear today. We wanted to hear something else. We were praying about something else today, but this is what Yah brought forth. And if Yah is the one that bring it forth, what is he bringing it forth for? What did you do this week? What was laying on your mind and your thoughts? Huh? Let's go forward. All right. So we're going to look at something in this vines. This Vines expository dictionary of Old and New Testament words. All right. So what this is going to do is it's going to take this vain imagination. Because we looked at it in some examples in the Old Testament. And if we paid attention today, we found that there's a framework that gets built up in our mind. There's a framework that happens in our heart that, see, when your heart is pulled away. Remember, I said don't give your sons and your daughters to their sons and their daughters, because it's going to do what? Turn what? Your hearts away. So that means a new framework going to get built up. You don't have to serve him. You can keep birthdays. If you don't keep my birthday, I'm leaving you. See that now? Who did you choose? Right? Who became your idol? That woman or that man? Right? Hardened, right? You became hardened to what you're supposed to do versus to what somebody on earth that don't have the ability to save you out of trouble. They don't have the ability to give you the whole earth to where you shall be in rulership and rule over the nations. See, these people don't have the ability to do it, but then you become subject, key word, you become subject to that person or that thing or that feeling. See what happens? Look what happens when you go lay down and you just laying senselessly with a man or a woman. Ain't nothing there. You ain't no intent to build a covenant. I'm only here for one night. Look what happened. Something got said. You built a framework in your mind. The Holy Spirit trying to nudge you, saying, son, I don't want you over there laying with that uncleanness. And then what happened? You become hard. I'm going to do it anyway. Y'all hear me? Sisters, you know this is getting ready to cheapen your value. It's going to take you down a notch. But I'd rather have this feeling. I guess I'm talking crazy then. Right? I'd rather have this feeling than to keep myself holy. See what vain imagination do? So we're going to expound here in this vines a little bit. All right? So we're going to look and search the Brit Hadashah, all right, of vain imaginations. We're going to look at what it gave us, and we're going to follow scriptures, all right, or verses, okay? Verses from the Brit Hadashah that correspond. And in each one of these verses, I want you to be able to extract out of that the common sense or the mindset of being able to identify. Because that's what you got to be able to do. If you can start to identify what's vain, which that's what this message is about, if you can start to identify where vainness lies in the thoughts of others and in the thoughts of yourself, then we can move more purposefully, intentfully, right? Did that make sense? All right, so here it is. This is from the definition that falls under vain imaginations. Out of the vines. It says vain, in vain, vainly. Look at this. Watch this. This did it for me. Void of what? That means you did all of this, then it didn't get no results with it. Think about that. Because I want y'all to think about it. What have you done that you thought was going to get something that didn't get shit? Nothing came from it. So let me ask this question then. If you do something that doesn't get a result, where does the evaluation have to take place at? Somebody say it loud so I can say this over the mic. Say it, Mariah. Say what? Self-evaluation. What you say, Brother Kevin? Within yourself. Do y'all hear me? But watch this. Watch this. See, this a hardness, firmness. You hear me? Stubbornness, Brother Fred. Yes, sir. That's going to take place today. It said void of what? So if you ain't get a result, that means you got to evaluate self, but then you ain't going to do it. Because I can guarantee with me saying this, instances is coming to people's mind right now. Well, you thought you was going to get a result, and then guess what? You didn't get a result. But you still going to push it because you vain. You still going to try to push another way to make it not be you. It's still on the other side. Are y'all hearing me? One of the greatest things I do in this way, when I came to this way, is realize that I'm going to have to, more than anything else, I got to evaluate self above everything else. Why? Because I knew I learned things prior to knowing the truth. Then when I found out, it wasn't right. So it's just like this. When you found out that polygyny was righteous, it's holy. Is the law holy? Well, then what you talking about then? Why are you looking at me? Well, how is that holy? It's holy, Alex. He said, very, ain't it? Boy, hey, y'all better watch him. That's good. I'm going to be celebrating with it. All them little Alexes running around here. But when you found out that you were not that which pertaineth to a man, how long did it take some of y'all? When you found out that makeup was a cover-up, right? Is it a cover-up? Is that the real you that we looking at? So that's a false version, because now what happens is when you go home, you got all this makeup on. I be seeing it on the videos, don't they? I'm like, look at this. Is that shit vain or what? You ever see them pop up on Facebook? I have never done that. Spend that much time? Huh, Brother Fred? You make sure it's tight, you hear me? And then you out. See, think about that, what that look like versus that. Boy, that's unreal. When you can go and wash your, some people can't even move. They stand there with them purses, you hear me? Oh, girl, back up, don't mess with my. You barely hug people. You ever see them? They barely hug you. Some folks be dropping powder on you. You know what I mean? They barely hug you. Hey, damn, where that come from? You be in the bathroom like, right? Am I right though? But see, you don't look at that as vainness. It's vain. Because now if you go home with this man, then both of us got shit all over our face. Right? You look like a clown and she do too. Right? Or you got to take time. Now you got to go in and wash all this off. And then what you going to look like? First you look like $1 million, now you look like $1. You know what I mean? Right? You see what I mean? Hey, I just got a call, right, bro? All right. But y'all see this? So watch this. Look what A is. Idolatrous practice. You hear that? Vain thing, vanities. Let's read Acts 14:15. Let's see what it's saying there. Let's go. Let's hear the reading.
Friends, why are you doing this? We are mortals just like you, and we bring you good news that you should turn from these worthless things to the living Elohim, who made the heaven and the earth and the sea and all that is in them.
You hear that?
Yes, sir.
So the admonishment was for them to turn from what? You see that? So then you know when people are vain when they don't turn from it, or they still got residue. Because in your mind, some of y'all, you still got to do what you're doing for a little while. And this the trip. You know you need to change. you know you need to change some of these things out. Am I lying? That's why he's going to get you. That's why he's going to get you. You know the truth, but you choose to live a lie. Right? Let's go to the next one. Come on. Look at this. B, the thoughts of the wise. You see that? See, this made me think about another verse in Matthew's, where Jesus said, I thank thee, Yah of heaven and earth, for you have hid these things, the truth, from the wise and the prudent, and have revealed them unto babes. See, that's how I felt when I first came to the truth. Like, wait a minute. These folks got all these degrees, and you mean to tell me you can't read Hebrews chapter 4, and see that it's the Sabbath that you're supposed to be keeping? Where it said if Jesus would have given them another day, then would he not afterwards said so? You can't read that and see that? Some versions say Joshua, and that to go back to what Pastor was talking about last week. The Messiah, that's all we need to worry about. If y'all gonna trip up over these name things. Let's read 1 Corinthians 3, chapter 3, verse 20. Let's go.
And again, Yahweh knows the thoughts of the wise, that they are worthless.
Say it again.
And again, Yahweh knows the thoughts of the wise, that they are worthless.
You hear this? See, that's why Jesus was able to say that, because we know these people that's supposed to be so wise, you know that they're worthless. Because see, let's look at the evidence of that in what's going on right now. Y'all hear this? So we look, all of these scientists and all of these people, see that video that I put in there, I didn't put the link on Facebook because I wanted to see how many people that I can just get you in one place at one time. I'm gonna drop something real hot on it. I'm only gonna do about 2 or 3 videos on this. And then after that, I was telling Deacon, after that, you want to know about us? www.straightway.com. This is all you get. You ain't finna call me and bug me. I'm not responding to a bunch of messages. And just like I told some of y'all, we're gonna have that little group. So get ready. So you can experience what I'm experiencing. Oh, yeah, it is. Y'all gonna be talking to them, answering all these goddamn questions, wasting your goddamn time and all that. It ain't gonna be me. We got shit to do, don't we, D? But why is his name Jesus? See, I ain't got time to go through that no more. I can't go through that another year. I've been doing this since 2011. I ain't been go through that no more. Do you understand? When people say I just turn around, why his name Jesus? I just leave, bro. You hear me? I ain't got time. You hear me? I don't even respond to people on Facebook. You ought to turn from that. Thank you. That's all I give him. You know what I mean? Words that agree with your adversary quick. See, he was giving you wisdom. So you can learn how to just walk away. Save yourself for this untoward generation. Right? See? I'm going to throw a rock in the crowd. It's going to hit somebody. You know what I mean? So that means somebody going to, we Israel? All right, bro, Fred, y'all get on it. You know what I mean? Put a suit on, you hear me? Your Bible and go out there, you know what I mean? Big old hat. And. You know what I mean? Give them something to relate to, you know what I mean? How they do? Oh, they was wasting time. There it is. Send you in there, Brother Danny. I've been paying some of these scriptures, boy. You hear me? We'll see how y'all do. Then on top of you talking, I'm gonna be calling your ass 1,000 times. When the bug out bag activity again? What we supposed to bring? Well, wear the shit out of you. I ain't it, Deacon? Well, I know you just told me. I just want to get clarity. Those other people ask. Boy, hey, am I lying, Deacon? See how I feel. On top of children and this and that. So what was he saying right here? See, the wise got a way of thinking. And that's what you're going to see. See, so these folks to be so wise, think about it. You can't figure out, watch this, because I'm going to give you an example from the gym this week. These folks so wise that, watch this. Everybody came to the gym this week that had the shot. One of the clients was running. Ooh, I need to stop for a little bit. I keep having these, like this pain behind my eyes. I said, what? What happened? I got the shot. Well, don't get the second one. I already got it. Then even while you was over there working out, just give me a little bit. Seen one of my man there, and I said, man, what? I said, boy, you had a hard workout? No, I got the shot. So I talked to another parent. You wasn't feeling that good. You got the shot. I said, wait a minute, time out. Let me ask this. Do y'all realize, I said, let me point out a few things. Do you realize that when COVID came out, you had a scene on one of the international channels where you was pumping a dummy? I seen that. I said, what do you think? I said, well, do you think that was real or fake? Well, hell, it was fake. It was a dummy. I was like, damn, why would they put that on there? I said, exactly. I said, do you realize that they was fudging the numbers? See, I'm just saying, look at all the evidence you got. So if all of that was fake, what's real about the shot? You see what I mean? But the wise. You so wise that you dumb. You got all of these scientists and all these doctors out here, and we can't figure out that this shit is fake. We so wise, y'all can't figure out how to get back to the moon again. See, so what y'all is telling us is that if you're going to be righteous, you better learn how to pull out from among these people right now. Because you could see that they taking themselves so far backwards that it's beyond return. It ain't never coming back. It ain't never going back to what you think. All them summer times, summer breeze and all that's gone, man. It's gone, brother. You ain't going to feel fine no more. It's done. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah, it's gone, man. Y'all, you remember? See, back in the day, you could afford to wear the little player shorts and the long socks with dress shoes. It wasn't that drama. It wasn't that much drama. You know what I mean? But you can't do that right now, bro. Ray, it's gone, bro. I can't. Listen, they was chilling. Y'all was chilling, bro. I know, it's good. It's good. It's good. I see all the OGs in the hood. They walk up, boy, yeah. They walk up. Yeah. I just see him. I'm like, boy, look at. I was a young man, like, you know what I mean? I ain't know if it went together or not, but I said the way he rocked, I said it gotta go together. Got to. See, back in the day, you could afford, you can't do that right now, because listen, it's on alert. And see, woe to them that are at ease, right? Hallelujah. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to C. Now look what C is about. It's talking about faith. If Christ is not risen. There ain't nothing even to have faith for. See, and then look, so all of these people saying he would not send another one. I had a dude call, got on, I talked to him early in the morning because I felt it. That was early on, bro, Fred. Said, like I said, you learn, you don't chase these folks down the morning. I just happened to get on, I'm ready to get in the shower, a little ding came, dude made a comment on the post, this early in the morning. I'm ready to go to the gym. Read his comment, I'm like, hold up, man. Commented back, nigga, where you at? Now, nigga, so we end up getting on like FaceTime on Facebook, on Messenger. Now, what, nigga? Man, I was going off. Man, I had that cat sitting there listening. Nigga, don't be commenting on these, nigga, that ain't what that verse about. Oh, it's all good, Hebrew. I'm good, bro. Hey, all that, I'm good. But now I don't chase them down, you know what I mean? I'm saying y'all keep it going in the right direction. Well, let's read 1 Corinthians 15:17.
If Christ had not been raised, your faith is futile, and you are still in your sins.
You see that? Mm-hmm. So that's what I mean. So when you got people running around, see, and I'm pointing out, because these instances point out people you have seen or heard or have come into your presence. These people are vain. When they start seeing, and listen what I'm telling you. All of this is about guarding yourself. When we get to the end, we're going to see here in a minute. I'm just pointing out the vainness because what it's going to help you do is not waste time with people and things and events and all this. Well, I at least want to go do this before I die. Look, listen. You better cut ties with everything because yours is the next that's coming. Esau is the beginning. Esau is the end of this world, right? Jacob is the beginning. See, the covenant. See, so what that told me when I first heard that, it was like, okay, let me read that again. Let me read it again. Esau is the end of this world. Because like, what does Esau got to do with this world? See, that means Esau was a vain thing. You could have had the covenant. You had the birthright, but it wasn't nothing to you. So you gave it up for a brief satisfaction. Vainness. See what I mean? But then Jacob has it said in the book that he has an everlasting covenant. So I said, oh, okay, so then let me look at this. So if you got an everlasting covenant and Yah reigns forever, you is the one that's going to stand for all eternity. So that means that if you made a covenant with these people right here, then I got to find out what is it that's so special about them where you says that Jacob is the beginning of the next, and that's eternity. So that ain't vain. So that means I got to let go everything that's formed in this world that is for this temporal time. And I got to prepare for the eternal time where those things are most important because that's where you have to attain to. You have to achieve to that level. Is this making sense? So that means all my actions it's like we were talking about back there, Deacon. All my actions got to be spent on whatever we put our time towards. If I'm trying to live right now, then all my stuff is for right now. Then you start to see people that this is how they think. So you don't need a Christ. Or you one of them Hebrews that all you need is Torah. Where there's nothing connecting you, Yah and the Torah, together. There ain't no blood because he said your forefathers broke it. You see what I mean? They broke that. They broke it for you. So there had to be something that's going to reconnect you. More blood, right? And then reestablishing that same word that I needed in you this time. So now that I know that you love me because now I put it in you. And you showing me that you walking in. Not you talking about it. You showing me that you walking in it. Is this making sense? So therefore now it ain't in vain. You ain't doing it in vain because you're doing it because this is what the next world is going to be based on. These is all the people who Jacob was the beginning of the next. All of them walked in it. So this world is for them. This too much. It don't make sense, do it? Well, I pray for y'all to give understanding. Listen, I don't be knowing what's going to come. None of these scriptures wrote down. It's just Holy Spirit feeding his people. The Spirit want to feed. The Spirit want to build up. The Spirit want to get somebody to understand that where I got to break this chain because I belong to the one. I belong to the Most High Yah. I'm in this group, a certain group of people. This chosen group of people, this royal people. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's what you got to understand. That's how I feel. I'm in that people. So I know, see, listen. Man, y'all listen. See, I'm walking in and out of places with royalty. See, yesterday I gave somebody a tax exemption form. He held them up side by side, the one from Kansas. But because I'm separation of church and state, see, I got this exemption form. This certificate is from Yah. He give it where you can't charge me usury and taxes and overage and all this else. All I want is that. I'm going to give you this money, and you going to give me that, and you ain't going to charge me nothing else extra for that. We're just going to make an even exchange. You understand? And because the man, they lack understanding, because, you know, you're the store manager, but you had to call the big boss because you're like, well, what do I do? I said, time out. You finna make a call? I said, here it is. You have a EIN number on there. And that's from the people, that's from the IRS. Right? So that means it's legit. Then I said, look, on the bottom of this form, this is a 501c3 form that you got. I got a 508c1a form. See, so that means they're going to be different. See that number at the bottom of that corner? That lets you know what form this is. See the number in the bottom of that form. See, 501 is, I know it's a church on there, but what they choose to do is give up the rights of the First Amendment of freedom of speech. I didn't. I'm a 508, so I ain't get it up. So I mean, I can still say, and I'm supposed to not get charged taxes just like them. One, they get regulated. One, I am made free indeed. He got, huh? Well, let me go to the back then. He went to the back, came back. He said, okay, we can get it done. But why does it have a date? I said, listen, we're going to put the date on it because I'm bringing you the form today. So we can put the date on this for you to keep in your records. It ain't going nowhere. So if you ever need to get in touch with me, it's right there. Oh, okay, well, then he stopped again. Well, let me call my manager again. I just want to make sure. But then I watched how favors. He just reminded me of walking out of Egypt. When he got done, he had to not charge me taxes. But then on the way out, I watched him. He was like, all right, see you guys. Yeah, he was still looking at both forms. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I said, boy, look at the favor. Look at it. Do y'all hear me? See, I know all of that was because I just waited on y'all. We just asked y'all for what we need. Y'all get. I remember praying. Y'all ain't this. I know I ain't paid in 3 years. Get ass. You ain't got nothing. I ain't gave you nothing. And I ain't giving you nothing. Yeah. I'm telling you, he's not paying tax. Go tell. I got a form for him. You hear me? Y'all feel me? See, y'all gonna take care of people, but you know what the thing is, I can go back. We was in the library searching for Christ. Nobody told us that we was Israel. We didn't ask what we was Hebrew Israelites. The Holy Spirit gave what we asked for. What we supposed to be doing? Then guess what? Sabbath started happening in Woodson, 7046 Woodson, in that small apartment. I wasn't trying to be a pastor. Remember, whatever people want to do. I know I ain't want to be one. What y'all want to do? Seemed like some kind of way. I was always like, well, just leading a little Bible school. I was trying to do as little as possible. So I just looked all the way to the point. I'm saying, y'all, look how you leading us to the land of plenty. Where we getting free out of the clutch of our enemies. You said you was going to break their hands off us in the land of our enemies. You said you're going to break their hand off us in the land of our enemies. See what I'm saying? He's going to take away them yokes in the land of our enemies. And I'm looking. Hear me? But you got to start at the basis. See, it's like I'm trying to tell my people, y'all supposed to be my people, but we ain't thinking the same. Some of us thinking in vain and some of us is moving in the vein. We moving in the capacity. That's why I pay to be one people. Y'all, they understand how powerful it is moving as one people. Deacon, we just say, here go the card, right? Just go get it. Here go the card. See, now we finna move to the point where everybody finna, see, when we start moving it, all right, here's the card and here's the letter. And here's what to say. And you ain't gotta say nothing else. If they don't, then they're gonna get sued because it's on the IRS. Code C608. Here it is, right? Look. I be pointing at people. Look. It's on the website. That we should not be questioned, asked. We don't have to apply for nothing. We ain't got to turn nothing in. There's no need. It's on their website. See, we ain't got to live in vain. All we got to do is just get free, keep the commandments, continue doing the things that Jesus said we should do until he returns. See, continue doing them things, but y'all so busy doing everything else, living in vain. Just like you pray. He said, talking about some of us because we so wicked. He said, when you pray and when you ask amiss. It's like in vain. You ask in vain because guess what? Your life, you a sinner. You sinning. You ain't, so you doing all that hard praying, it ain't going nowhere. You doing all that plotting and scheming, but guess what? You ain't get no result. I know people don't want to hear from me. Well, I am. You damn right. I'm going to bring it out. All right. D, questionings. You hear this? Questionings and strifes. Look at it, what questionings got to do with vainness. Titus 3:9. Let's listen.
But keep away from foolish questions.
Stop. You see that? See, keep away from foolish questions. But see, also you got people like this that try to set you up by asking questions. That was also a foolish question. You asking so you see what you can catch me up in. Do y'all hear me? You asking so you can get ready to build a case. You know, I know when people listening, when they just walk away and say, yes, sir. See, I know you heard it because guess what? You slow to speak. Now, if you don't do it, then I know you still vain. I know you still living in vain. Because then, not only did you hear me, but you did nothing about it. Do y'all hear me? Finish reading. Was that it?
And genealogies and strife and quarrels about the Torah, for they are unprofitable and useless.
You see that? Mm-hmm. See, when I read that, I automatically knew, because when I seen these niggas on the corner, y'all doing all that arguing, I said, oh, that's Saul. You know what I mean? I'm never walking up to one of them. Unless I'm trying to prove something, I walk up in vain. Because am I trying to prove that I know something, or am I trying to prove that Yah is alive? Right? It's different. It's just like you save a lot of energy and time when you don't invest in entertaining. See, that's what you got. You got to get to that point. Because see, when I see you vain and you ain't coming back, then guess what? You're going to start to see me where, guess what? I'm less and less trying to give you correction. I'm less and less trying to help you out. I'm less and less to do anything. Guess what? You're going to see, one day you're going to look up. I'm going to see you. You're going to smile. I'm going to smile. The only difference is I know that sooner or later, y'all going to pull the rug from under your feet. And that was it. Right? Well, let's go to the next. Look at this. This is all part of vanity. Look at this. Religion with an unbridled tongue. James 1:26. Come on.
If any think they are religious and do not bridle their tongues, but deceive their hearts, their religion is worthless.
See that? Your religion is vain. See, and look what it's saying. So if you think you're religious, see, because here's the thing that see, it's an order. Everything has to do with order. So automatically when you move out of order, and your mouth is running, you trying to explain your side, you trying to tell something, you trying to do something other than, but what's the order? Let's start there. Because that's what the heritage is. Yah is a Yah of what? See how many people say that? You hear that? Y'all them people say that, Sister Joy? There was so many damn people say it, I couldn't even hardly hear myself. Yah is a Yah of what? Order. He's a Yah of order. That's why I said your religion is in vain, because guess what? You so quick to open your mouth and run your mouth about what should be, what ain't, what could. See, and I say that, see, this ain't to know one situation, because I'm going to give you a situation. If you have an alt with your brother and sister, go to him or her and go to them what? But you go way past, you skip right past that. You skipped order, now you're being religious. See that? All right, let's go to F. Manner of life. You see that? Empty. Your manner of life is empty. 1 Peter 1:18. Let's read.
Knowing that you were redeemed from your futile behavior, inherited from your fathers, not with what is corruptible, silver or gold.
You hear that? You was inherited, not with money. You was redeemed from these ways of living that you inherited from your mother and your father, these generational curses. Like Pastor said, you're going to see it show up in the next generation. You fearful, it's going to show up in your children. They're going to be fearful. You're a liar, they're going to show up and be lying. You conniving, they're going to show up and be conniving. But he said you was redeemed from it, from that manner of life. Well, act like it. Because otherwise, you are vain. Act like you was redeemed. Well, people don't act like they was redeemed. See, that's what I'm saying. I gave you these indicators to look at. All you got to do is ask yourself, do they act like they were redeemed by the one whose blood was poured out? Do that whole story, do that compassion that he had on us, do it even touch him? Because some people, they don't touch him, they numb. He redeemed me. You hard as a rock. I've been redeemed. That choked me up. Because I'm like, man. I remember when I was there straightway preaching. And when I was preaching about Jesus doing the message, I remember that was that same message. I just, people was coming up. I remember the lady ankle getting healed. I remember laying hands on Sister Diane, a bunch of other people that came up during that time. But it just, when I was taught, the Spirit laid on me so heavy about the gift that was given to us, that the Spirit just rose up in me, man. And it's just like, we got to dispense this right now, this Spirit that's moving. But some of you ain't got that. It ain't, that passion of the Messiah ain't in you. So you can't move in that vein. Your religion is vain. So you hard. You stiff. You stubborn, right? Firm, like you said, Deke. So can't nothing come out of it. No result. Y'all hear it? Nothing can't come from you. What can come from you? Futile. Uncircumcised heart, futile. Some of y'all scared to look at some of y'all brothers and sisters and tell them they empty. Do it then. Do it today. If you love them, do it today. Look how everybody looking. But is that love? But then you hate them then. Y'all remember I preached that message? You look at them and don't say shit. Look at them. You ain't going to tell them. I want you to do it. See, look how Satan talks. You ain't doing it to me. This ain't because of you. Do you see this on the screen? Have you seen this on any screen? Did I put down, make sure we do this between the brothers and sisters today? Anybody, y'all seen that? Slide on, it's almost done. You ain't going to see it on there. That just wasn't landing in my spirit right now. Guess what? Who going to know that you were told to do it and you didn't do it? See, you got, look, didn't Pastor say turn some over to Satan? Sometimes you got to pull their feet from the fire. Sometimes you got to just go forth and do it. Don't worry about it. Don't look at their faces. I told y'all don't want it. Man, listen, what I'm saying, how can we be together unless we agree? See? Somebody ain't going to do it. Y'all going to walk right on out of here. You're going to go home. Or hurry up and go home. We don't even get to say, hey, you're gonna walk out the damn. Ain't even no dust. You hear me? They left so fast, they ain't even no dust on the dust road, boy. You hear me? You hear me? They hate me, though. I don't know, but I think people hate me. I hope so much. Praise y'all. Am I going to be able to sit down and fellowship with y'all after this? Or is it going to be somebody sitting back there like, I ain't even do nothing. Did I do something? Did I do something wrong then? Did I do something wrong? Just tell me. I'm listening. What I do wrong? All right. Titus 1:10. Look at this. Talkers. It says see talkers. People that talk a lot is what? Vain. What does it say? Going from house to house, what? Speaking. Look, see what it say? What's the word say? Speaking. That which what? You ought not to. See, look, vain. Them is vain conversation. I already know. I already knew back in the day when where y'all meeting at? Oh, y'all meeting at Idy house? Vain. You hear me, Idy? Wasn't that shit vain? Wasn't it? She said yes. It was vain. It was vain as hell, wasn't it? See? I was like, who over there? I was just listening for names. Oh, yeah, that shit vain as out. Boy, that shit vain. See, I knew back then. Y'all, listen, but this Miss 2021, the message just not getting preached. But I knew back then. Now you don't do that, do you? It's like, you don't have nobody sitting over there do it. No. Ain't no need. Because get what? Waste time. My sister rolling. You hear me? See, it's like you think about if I had, look, what good is going to use right now to sit around with Ty and Drea and all and Ashley? It's like, oh, look, no result. That's a waste of time. What we going to talk about? Girl, they still preaching Holy Spirit. Yeah, they still preach Holy Spirit. Woo. But what you think about makeup? It's vain. Right? Come on, man, read.
For there are many unruly men, senseless talkers, and deceivers.
Y'all hear that?
Especially those of the circumcision.
Especially who? Especially in the faith. See, listen, I'm glad I know this was in there because guess what? You see them at the feast. I'll be walking past conversations like, good Lord. What are we talking about? Where's that going to go? Ain't no life in there. Ain't no, it ain't been. We forming groups and groups and groups. You know what I mean? Groups it is. People inviting me to all these groups like, it was like prayer 101. And thank Jesus today and tomorrow and yesterday. Israel were friends. I'll be like, Lord, listen, I can't listen. No. Ignore. Ignore. You know, if you join all them groups, what's going to happen? Vainness. It's going to be wasting time. You know what I mean? But now somebody going to want to ask you a question. They want to get some. I'll be like, man. You know how long it took me to get here? Y'all already told me I was going to take a long time getting to where I'm at right now. I'm going a long way. I can't waste no more time. Do y'all hear me? That's why it's something I just look at some of y'all. You know, it's like I know. You see people spinning wheels, you know what I mean? I gotta do this, I gotta do that, you gotta do this. They watch you. Pastor, you know what? Well, tell me how I can just go pray and read. Keep doing what you're doing. And some people never figure it out. But the ones that figure out, they come with sincerity of heart. Come on. Now you can help. Y'all hear me? Hey, I know. I'm sorry. I know y'all ain't want to hear this. All right, so we're going to get on this reading. This Goku, because this is, again, is Goku going to save souls? Y'all said it ain't. I think it is. Well, at least there's thousands of people that think it is. And this is found in the house of Yah. Well, we're going to read the article. There's the website for y'all online. We're going to read a little bit of it. All right. I want you to start reading, right? Right here, starting at the roots of Gokuism. And we're going to stop right there. Now, before you read that, hold up. Yep. Yep. We're just going to read that little part right there. Was that the roots? Is that it? Yep. Let's listen. Let's listen. Sit on them. It's the camera.
For many fans, Dragon Ball has always held a special place in their hearts. It is more than just a show. Some spiritually inclined fans find moral lessons that align with their own perspectives, or they're inspired by Goku's actions to improve themselves. This can range from hitting the gym to trying to become more honest and pure. In Western Europe and North America, there are believers and Judeo-Christian tenets that feel their beliefs relate to the principles in Dragon Ball. They see Goku's actions and are inspired to become closer to God.
Stop. Do you hear this? You see what I mean? Is this vain? But this is what I'm saying. But see, y'all don't understand. But see, you didn't. But again, this is why I was talking about subtlety to the children. I said, you don't even realize. See, you wouldn't think, you think it's a cartoon. But then there's other people think that this gets you closer to the Most High. You see what I'm saying? And because guess what? My children can call out that there's other adults in the ministry and other children in the ministry that also know about Goku and Pokemon. Right? And what else? What's the other one? Where's Goku from? What's that called? Dragon Ball Z. Do y'all hear me? You gotta know what not to mix. See, this is a foothold. This is a foothold right here. Oh, he don't want us to. Then you let it in. Then guess what? What you did, didn't get caught by it. But you got young minds. Now you find this article right here. They read it and you already got questions. You already thinking. Satan submitted thought. Now you thinking contrary to me. Does that make sense? Finish reading, Deacon. Or Josh, who's reading? All right, come on.
But such inspirations had always been restrained within the understandable confines of Dragon Ball being a fabricated series, not an actual paradigm of salvation. And they were individual, personal, not promulgated to others. In this college essay from 2009, Simvatolo wrote, he was a role model of a father, a great God, strong and above all, caring. This one character named Goku demonstrated this beautiful personality and his positive attitude and pure heart affected me. As a follower of Christ, I was further influenced by Goku's ability to do exactly what Christ had suggested we do.
Stop. Hey, y'all hear this? Do y'all hear it? That's what happened when you stand up here, boy. But do y'all hear this? So now this is what I mean by you getting preached another Jesus, but you can't realize. Like, oh. See, but look what they did. You done put a image. See what I mean? You done made a graven image and put it next to the sun. Wow. See that? See what happened? But he said there is none what? You see? You see it? See how I can point it out? He said there is none besides, right? Ain't no God next to me. There is none, there is no other one. He have no equal. It's only him and him alone. Right? Goku getting some glory and Christ. Ain't it? It's right here. Come on.
Love your enemy. Bringing it to others via Gokuism, Dragon Ball fans have taken a story and a world that they know is fantastical to begin with and made a belief system out of it.
Now stop, look what it said. You know it's fantastic. Didn't we just talk about this? Didn't we read that in Deuteronomy? You know that it's vain imagination, but still. Didn't we just read that? Look. Drunkenness, adding drunkenness to thirst. Boy, Satan never failed to tell on himself. We know it's fantastical. You might say we know it's vain, but we love it. That's how some of us gonna do. If you find yourself ever again touching Goku, Pokemon, then you know, guess what? You know you vain. And you don't have no rule over your flesh. Do y'all hear? Come on, finish reading.
This is not an official religion endorsed by the Japanese license holders, nor the creator of Dragon Ball Z, Akira Toriyama. It springs from the collective minds of fans. There does not seem to be a single specific place that Gokuism originated. As a global phenomenon promulgated through the internet, Gokuism could have first appeared anywhere and then gained popularity, although it has a somewhat larger following in Spain and Mexico. At the moment, Gokuism seems to have just begun, with only a few sites and established groups existing on the internet. But the comparisons between Goku and Jesus Christ have been around for as long as the series has been popular, which I'll explore below.
Y'all hear that? No, that's it. So you think about this. I'm going to open up to Acts 12 real quick. Acts 14:12. Acts 14:12. What do this say?
And they called Barnabas Zeus, and Shaul Hermes, since he was the chief speaker.
Go ahead and read 13.
And the priest of Zeus, being in front of their city, brought oxen and breads to the gates, and wished to offer with the crowds.
Y'all hear this? See, because they was doing all what the Most High wanted them to do. See, people are subject to worship in vain. So then you hear again in the article. That's why I wanted to show you what was in Romans. So then I go back and show you in the article. They said the creator that made it didn't make this up. People came together from all over the world to make this up because look that's their nature. That's why you can't give your sons and your daughters to them, lest they turn their heart away. See that? So to marry somebody from the nations is vain. The more it ain't gonna profit nothing. Cause I saw the example even when one of the guys I know that used to coach with me, you married this woman not knowing that she was gonna turn to, I don't know what the heck, what was she worship? What was that? She became a Buddhist all of a sudden. Now you got split children. You finding out the truth. You ain't really found it out good. But you find it out, but now you in between that all of a sudden. See what I mean? You in between that all of a sudden when if you could have just stayed away and waited on y'all, then now you coming true. Now you can protect going forward. But now your children going to be in between Buddha and Selassie. And Christianity. See what I'm saying? Come on, let's keep rolling. All right, so I got some closing questions that we getting ready. These are closing questions. I got 3 points after this slide after. Come up here, Sister Gabby, real quick. Come up here on camera with me. Because, see, I want y'all to understand this is why there's a need to protect ourselves. All right, and these pertain to what we need to protect ourselves from. So I'm going to ask a question because I'm pointing something out. See, this is why some of y'all didn't understand. Why? Come on this camera right there, see? All right, there we go. They should be able to hear her. All right, so these is Ishai questions. So the question is, why did we keep our children away from people and blood family alike? Why was that? Let me take this off.
I would say first because when the Father was showing us the truth and we tried to explain it to them, it was being rejected. And they did not believe what we believed, and they weren't, I guess, wanting to let go of the vain customs and the vain traditions that the Father showed us.
Now watch this. So we end up, we wasn't sure, we were just learning. But we found out you took them to the zoo or you did something on the Sabbath, that was it. You ain't hear from us.
Oh, yeah.
Bam. What we do wrong? You ain't getting ready to teach them this. We learning, but we ain't finna even jeopardize. We ain't gonna even take a chance. See, some of y'all ain't understand. You ain't understanding. Because see, when you let them in, then Goku end up in here. See, I ain't never showed them no Goku. I ain't never heard of it. Then all of a sudden, Goku and you drunk. It look like, what did Maury be drawing? Where'd that come from? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Then the second question, why did we impress upon the saints that we needed to stay guarded from them and their children.
I'm trying to understand the question.
Well, it's like we talking about vainness. So we talking about vainness. So it's like, why do we make it known to them that we if you ain't gonna
make it known to
the saints,
okay.
because if your children is in school or they bringing all this other shit in here, why do we have it set that we don't want that in here?
Because our children and the children that are, because our children and the children that dwell with us have no idea or have no understandings. They have no type of visualizations of what the children in the schools and what the children who are allowed to be around their family members, what it is that they see, read, watch. So if it's brought here, it's new. They've never heard of it before. And so our children they're on a clean slate. And if we allow them to dwell with children who aren't on a clean slate or who are with parents who are kind of halfway in, halfway out, and still allowing their children to be a part of what the children in the world are a part of, then there's a taintedness that will come upon them. And we're trying to make sure that we're rearing them to be a pure generation before the Most High without any of the unrighteousness that's being taught and being allowed for them to even glean from. Even if they're not watching it, for them to see a visual image and then try to draw it, it's allowing access to allow them to be tainted. So.
Exactly. Go ahead and sit down, sister. Bless you. So then in essence, I remember way back, people get mad, feeling like, because I done heard the comments, like we think we something. We do, but that ain't why we did it. You know what I mean? We think we children of the Most High. Right? So, you know, and that's my whole thing, because I'm going to give you some examples. When Ladarian came, did he bring anything with him or not? Yep. So I think about this recent with young Raven. See all that we went through with. Now we had to sort through this and sort through that. Y'all remember? Right? Right light? Do y'all hear me? So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Am I wrong? See, if it wasn't so, why would y'all say come out from among them and be what? Because he's like, look, you got to cut so you don't be a partaker in this, because guess what? As long as I'm still connecting the righteous ones and the wicked ones, we mixing dark and light. I'm just trying to follow y'all. Is something wrong with that? Because then otherwise, all this work we doing is in vain, because now they get up and they want that shit. Do y'all hear me? That's why I've been trying to explain to y'all. So we talking about vainness, you got to understand. So in closing, you got to guard yourself from those that's outside the gate. So you got to know what the gate is, though. In the gate is the commandments. Everybody's in covenant with you. Everybody's going to hold you responsible. See, when you go to those that's outside the gate and start asking them questions about what's inside the gates, you're going to get a foolish ass answer. You're going to get a carnal answer. Because spiritual things to a carnal-minded person is what? Foolishness. Those who are pro-sheeple, meaning people that like, well, if they say get the shot, you need to get the shot. You don't have to keep the commandments. I mean, see, it's all that type of stuff that you got to make sure that it's no chance for you to operate in vainness. And the last one, all who are easily accessible by the evil one. See, that's the big one. That means those who you know that Satan can manipulate you. You know Satan can manipulate them. See, them are the people I watch. Because I know you don't have no way of guarding yourself. I know that some kind of way, Satan can have an access point to be able to get in and cause destruction. He can cause a fall. He can cause a whole bunch of people to fall. If I'm telling y'all, put y'all cell phones in a box. In a minute, I'm finna show y'all something where everybody finna change their email the way you ain't don't communicate with me unless you communicate with me through email through that. Because all the other emails is attached to the zip code. Where they have zoned a zone that's in progress. ZIP. Zone in progress. That means that that's why when you go to court, if you have an indictment, they say, well, if you have shot somebody, they also say, well, we know that he used his credit card at Kmart here in such and such on such and such street at 64093. And he has also done, so now they bear witness that you are under the jurisdiction because you're operating under these zip codes. You've done things in these zip codes. So they are able to identify their property that is in progress in these zip codes. You hear what I'm saying? So we telling you stuff like that, and it's too much. It's too much. At first they want our phone, now they want to do. Listen, you damn right it's too much. It's going to keep being too much. You just do it. You understand? Hallelujah. Praise Yah. Let us stand. Get us to the last screen. All right, praise the Most High Yah. We thank all who have come and shared in with us today on this Sabbath and partook in the word of life today. Did we learn something? Was this indeed life-giving word? But don't be like the one who look in the mirror, as soon as you walk away, you forget what you look like. You understand? See, when the word comes, you got to understand that we are teaching. This ain't no, well, they talking about, listen, Satan going to keep on saying that till the end of time. He going to keep on trying to pit brothers against brothers, sisters against sisters. And he going to use it because one person is going to have the word of life. See what I mean? And you going to operate after the word of deception. So therefore, that's why Yahshua, when he came, he said that he came to bring a sword. You know what I mean? On earth. Because those that's operating in deception, you're going to be hard against your brother. Father against son, right? Mother against daughter. That's what it is. See, you got to see when you accept that, and you're going to accept that there's brother and brother, meaning we're saints. And I'm telling you, you ain't living right, but you're going to continue to be against me because you ain't going to be able to receive me. That's why I say if you receive me, if I tell you what's wrong and you receive me, I gain a brother. Gain. Y'all hear me? Some of y'all hard to gain, boy. Tell you subtly, I tell you strong, I tell you hard, tell you mixed. You know what I mean? Chance to win prizes, you still don't change. You hear me? Turn your radio down, turn your radio down. Right? I know some of y'all know they like. I know y'all know what that is. Don't worry about it. I lived a little bit. I get the right to say that. You got to go research it. But hallelujah, right? Give y'all a hand, praise. All right. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Brother Alex, close out in prayer, my brother.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah.